I'm here with my very good friend, Lesly Garreau. Lesly, welcome to the Membership Site Success Podcast. Thanks for being here.
Well, thanks for having me.
Lesly, you and I have a very long history together. We've been friends for over a decade, I guess.
Yep.
And we've started and run a lot of businesses together. Most of them went nowhere. But we actually started the kernel or the seed of the hosting company that is now MemberHost, which is one of the companies that I'm involved in, which was speedkills.io, which we started together in Chiang Mai, Thailand. And we worked in a lot of different ways and collaborated together. And you are a technical professional. Maybe you can give a little bit of background about what you do, and then we'll get a little bit into your story and how you started your membership site.
Yeah, sure. I guess you can call me kind of I guess we'll be like a web designer. I'll be kind of the word that we use. I do many things, so it's hard to have like a one hat fit them all type thing. But like, let's say I create website, that would be the main thing. Mainly based on WordPress. Actually, only based on WordPress. And I mainly use Divi, the template, to build all this. And those websites will range from basic landing page to like membership website, as you know. And yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I'll do also managing WordPress. So I have a small service on the side that manage WordPress updates and maintenance for my clients. And that will be basically what I do. Like on one side, I create the website. On the other side, I maintain them.
Right on. And you actually studied art, right? So you actually studied art and then I think UX. Could you tell a little bit about your background and your story and how you got into your current career? Yes.
Well, I'll try to do like a shorter version. That one could be very long, but yeah, I do started in art. Actually, it was kind of the career my parents thought I was kind of gonna go through. So I was in an art school when I was a kid, as I was also studying at the same time. And I was supposed to go to Les Beaux-Arts, which is like a big art school in France, and graduate there and just get on with my artistic career. But I changed my mind in the middle of this when I get close to my 18 and it was time to choose like the uni, and they were like the art school on one side and other stuff on the other. And I was like, I basically went into the art world at that time. I worked for a gallery, and I kind of had a view, like an insider view on how it could become for me. And I kind of chicken out a bit. I was like, I wasn't very confident with my skill at the time. And seeing like other artists that I met through the gallery that were, to my eyes, much, much better than I was, and struggling, basically. They have patrons that were paying for everything, and they were literally living the poor artist life, you know. I was like, well, I'm not sure, I was kind of privileged because my parent had connection. This is why I was working in this gallery. The gallerist was kind of taking me under a wing, and I would have door open for me that those people didn't have. And I thought they were so much better than I was. I was like, yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, at the time, I was also very interested in psychology. And I just decided, okay, I'm probably not going to do art. And I went to psychology. So this is the road I choose to take, which opened like a bunch of other doors for me. And eventually, me and my best friend at the time that was studying business, it was in business school in Bordeaux, in France, the city I was living. We were like, it was kind of the boom, like the beginning of 2000, like, you know, the web was like exploding everywhere. And we're like, oh man, we should do websites, you know. I think this is the thing. And we were both passionate about like internet and like software and like the stuff that were going at the time, which was like Photoshop version 1, like WordPress wasn't even a thing yet. Like it was still like some code in the corner. And we basically started playing with those things, and we were like, oh, we should just go full in. And we opened it like a studio at the time, and started to do website for like people we knew. And yeah, I guess at one point I was like, well, I mean, I kind of like doing this. I could see a little bit of like what I learned in psychology into creating like website for clients, like what they like, how the user should do things, and the colors and that kind of thing. I decided to, okay, well, let's, I mean, I didn't really decide it. I just followed the flow. Like my friend did the same. We just like, okay, we went with everything. And yeah, I guess I started like a freelance career by accident a little bit. And yeah, I've been there since.
And you skipped kind of an interesting part of your journey as well that I think would be interesting for people to hear, which is that you quit that whole career. I think you said you weren't very healthy, and then you quit. And what did you go do after that?
Yes, so that's the recent, more recent thing. Is I've been doing this for like many years now, yeah, I was. It's just I guess this is something you get maybe like when you get towards your 50. I mean, I'm not in my 50, but like I'm in my 40, and I guess you start questioning a bit, like the value. Not the value, but more like the impact of the stuff that you're doing. I mean, I guess you might be in there too, especially if you like get into parenting and everything. It probably changes also like a lot of the way you see things. And I was like, I'm not sure like I'm really impacting the world in a really nice way, like just doing website. Like I wasn't feeling really like fulfilled doing that kind of work, and I was tired. I wanted to do something else. And yeah, I mean, I always wanted to go towards psychology. That was literally my background when I started. And at the back of my mind, I always had like this idea that I will get back into it at one point because, yeah, I just wanted to help people and just be more helpful in general and do stuff that are more meaningful for me than just doing website. And yeah, I did like I did 2 years ago. I decided to go back into psychology. So I wanted to stop doing website and really get back into like a different career. So I went through different things. I get a certification in life coaching first because I didn't want it to necessarily do psychology in a sense of like treating patients or just having patients in general. I wanted something more functional, more easy to set up with people. Like I didn't want it to scare people into therapy, that kind of thing. So I started with this. Then I get into other different like I can call it like
modalities.
Yeah, I mean they're courses basically. So I went to to a course called I'm not gonna get the name right. What was it? Sorry, it just like skipped my mind. So I went into a bunch of different courses. That's the thing that matter, and with the goal to basically get into kind of like health, mental health type coaching, and just start helping people like that way. Which I'm still in the transition. I'm still like basically trying to balance those two career because obviously when you can't just left 20 plus years of building a business to just launch something completely new when nobody know you there and you have no or very little clients yet, so you can't just abandon completely like what basically make your money into something that just doesn't make money yet. So I'm basically balancing those two things at the moment, like between continuing to operate my two businesses, the hosting and the creation website side of things, and the coaching side of things. So yes. I don't know if it's clear what I'm just saying. I feel like I'm not like super clear, but that's more or less what it is.
Okay, but so to recap, you help to build and maintain and host WordPress sites. That's your main job, let's say, but you're the owner of your agency or your consulting.
Yep.
And you're also working on this new thing, which is helping people with their mental health.
Yep.
But the really relevant topic to this podcast and what I want to talk about is the membership site that you started with your wife, which I saw you start and work on for many years. And a part of our world and a part of business in general that it's fun to talk about in retrospect once somebody is successful, that, oh, I struggled so much and I went through this and this and this and this, but now I made it. Where you don't see a lot of times people talking about is when they haven't made it and they failed. Yeah. You actually have to fail a lot generally. And so could you talk about the journey of starting this membership, how you built it, how you marketed it, the challenges that you faced, and then what ultimately became of it?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, actually it's a very interesting thing. There's a name for this thing. Is it not like the survivor something?
Bias?
Yeah, maybe. I think it is. I think it's survivor bias. Yeah. It's like
survivorship bias.
Yeah, you think you can make it because everybody's making it, but actually, like, nobody's making it. You only see the people that make it because they're the only one that talk about it.
Or you think everybody else can make it because you made it.
Oh yeah, I guess that can work this reverse as well. But I think mostly is like you just go into something because you see all those YouTube videos about how people make millions doing one thing. And you're like, oh, I'm going to do this thing. Like, I mean, all those people are successful. But like, no, actually, the people that are successful are like the 1%. But you don't see the 99% that just try the same thing and completely fail because nobody talk about the failure, which I think it's kind of sad. I think it's important to talk about those. And there's definitely a bias, especially like in this era of social media. Like everything has to be super positive and super successful. And like you really like kind of mess with your mind and the stuff that you can actually do. But I digress. So my wife is an artist. She's a watercolor artist. She's very good, like very, very good. And she's also like a great teacher. Like she's been doing like on-site like 101 teaching since forever. When we were living in Thailand, she was doing like workshop with people, and like people just absolutely love her. They love the way she teach and everything. She always had like really good feedback, and people really like working with her. And at one point I just told her, well, you and she also had like back in the day, like a pretty successful Skillshare account as well that was working pretty okay. And at one point I just told her, well, why not just like going like a step further and creating like an academy, like a membership website when you can just own everything and like do whatever you want, teach the way you want. And she was like, oh yeah, that sounds really good. Okay, well, let's do it. And this is basically what we did. So I started by basically looking at what was already online, what type of content was already there. And I wasn't really impressed by the thing at the time. I think there were a lot of, watercolor is a very old art. So there were people on YouTube that were there for a very long time that accumulate like a lot of viewership because, they were the first. But the quality wasn't really there. The membership type thing that were existing were also pretty old. Like the main one at the time was like horrible. It was like an absolutely horrible website. The payment system, everything was like, wow. I signed up for it just to see how it worked. And I was like, oh my God, dude, like the video where it's like literally was filmed with like a VHS camera. And it's very old basically. But as this person owned the watercolor.com domain name, I think. So obviously, like, all the traffic was going to this place. And I was like, well, I think I can make like a much better membership thing, with better content, better video, better everything, better experience. And maybe we can, like made it there. Like, even if we're like, if we just on the first page, regardless where we are, I think we can make a living. So we started, created the WordPress, started filming course and everything. I remember at the time we were living in Vietnam, I think at the time, and we were renting this house, and we had like a super basic setup. Like that was like
oh, that's right. I visited you guys.
Absolutely, yeah. You went in this house.
Hoi An.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
That's actually worth pointing out, the fact that you guys were also digital nomads, like for real digital nomads.
Yep.
You know, moving around and
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yana. Like for me, I come from psychology. Yana, I come from journalism. She has a journalism degree. She's an artist, but like she also has to eat. So like me, I do website, but she was doing like social media management for clients, social media strategy and that kind of thing. So we were both working with our computer. So we basically met traveling. Like we met in Thailand, and we started working on this project in Thailand. Then we moved to Vietnam. We continued working on in Vietnam, and so on, so on, so on. So yeah, we were filming with like just super basic material, but like we started like this. We started basically by creating like a Facebook group. That was literally like the day one. We created like a private Facebook group saying like, hey, this is Yana. She's a watercolor artist. She's gonna create like this membership website, and we're gonna record course and everything. And we have this beta test group where people can sign up for free, and in exchange of your feedback, that will help us build the thing. We will give you like an access to the system when it's finished. So we gather our first member this way, and we started build like this until the time we released version 1, basically.
And you were, just to clarify, you were responsible for the tech and the marketing and the back end stuff, and Yana's job was to just make great content and help the community. Okay.
Yeah. That was it. So
what kind of tech did you use?
Oh boy.
If you remember.
Tech was an
I think you tried a bunch of things. Yeah.
Oh, like a bunch of things. So at the time, I think what we started with was, we started like hardcore. I think we started with iMember260. I think that was the first. The first software, because it was, I think we were both on this, we were both member of the Membership Academy, I think. And those guys were, I think at the time, they were kind of recommended working with iMember260. I'm not sure. But at the same time, I was also working with clients that were using the marketing campaign manager thing. What is the name?
ActiveCampaign.
ActiveCampaign, thank you. Oh my God.
Yeah.
The expert that don't remember the name of the software. So yes, because I was also working with ActiveCampaign, this also, like, the link was kind of automatic because iMember260 is literally completely integrated with ActiveCampaign. So, and I was already seeing in my mind, oh my God, I'm going to be able to do like those crazy like campaign and like automation. If someone watched this video but don't finish it, I can send an email, I can do this. So like I was those map of crazy things. So I spent an absolutely insane amount of time build up this first version, like on iMember260, which I can now give as an advice. This is absolutely wrong. Do not do that. I should have released something immediately with like no function.
Like an MVP with simple tech, right?
Yes. Sign up, watch, and that's it. Like I was way too deep into the tech and the marketing. It was way too complicated. I took way too much time. The people that sign up, they don't care about any of that thing. Like they don't see the tech, they don't see what's up. They just want to sign up and just watch a video. So I spent way too much time. And that thing wasn't cheap either. Like, you have to pay for ActiveCampaign, you have to pay to iMember260, you have to pay to Vimeo for seeing the video. It was like the stack was like not cheap at all. Sorry. So we started like this, and we went through a bunch of different technology because at one point we were like, okay, ActiveCampaign is like a do weird stuff, like the email where some email were going like not in the mailbox. Like it was, maybe we should change tech, but if we change this tech is mean that we have to change the other tech too. And we went through a bunch of different stack over the year. I think we end up finishing. The last thing we used, I think, was MemberPress. I think that was the last system we used before we decided to completely move away from hosted solution, like WordPress plugin type solution, and go to a fully hosted solution. And we went with Podia at the time. It was mostly because the whole stack of tech was so expensive. It was like just the video hosting. It was cheaper to just pay Podia than to pay our video hosting because we have so much video, like so much content. Right. And Podia had an offer at the time. They were moving all your stuff automatically to Podia. So we were like, okay, let's do Podia. So we went to Podia. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the tech. Like that's pretty much the story of the tech that we use during this time.
Yeah, and I remember you were using commenting stuff heavily. You were using WP Discuss with a Z.
Yes.
For a while. Then you had like a forum. Was there a community element to this thing?
Yeah. We started as I say, we started on Facebook. Then we moved it to internally to WordPress. So we had a forum system. We used 2 forum system. I do not remember the name of those. I'm very sorry, but we really try everything. Like we really try to we try gamifications. When we were using MemberPress, we have a whole system of point and everything. We have a leaderboard. We absolutely tried like everything imaginable under the sun to to connect to this thing. They were a community thing. And the command system was important for us too, because under most of the course, there were exercises that Yana was providing, and the student could send what they did. And we needed a system where this will be available for the user. Basically, they can send pictures, Yana can see it, answer it, and only them can see it. Not everybody in the community, but they also can choose to show it to other. It was kind of it was a mess to organize this thing, but yeah, we did that. We did that form and comment system.
And then, how were you getting customers? How were you keeping customers?
Yes. So we never really get an insane amount of user. We surprisingly had a really low churn, almost none. When someone was signing up, they were just staying with us forever, or at least for the whole year of the membership. So that was cool, but I think at peak maybe we generated $600-700 a month at absolutely peak. Absolutely peak, which is not that many member. We were maybe in the 25-30 pay member. I think basically that was that. The way we were acquiring user was, so we tried a bunch of things. There were a lot of ads that we tried. So ad was really a problem for us because it's very expensive. It's very complicated. The way, so we were using Meta to acquiring user, because Instagram and Facebook were the main place, the main thing. We tried Google one time too, but I'll tell this story after. So the Meta thing to manage ads, I found the same for Google actually. Those things are horrible. I don't know why they designed it this way. It's absolutely not made for a human to use. This thing is so complicated. It's not even as complicated. It just makes no sense. It's boxes everywhere, menu everywhere, drop downs everywhere. It's on purpose make nonsense. So you have to pay someone that is licensed, that have this Google approve or Facebook Meta whatever approve things to use the thing, because this is just super complicated. So that's the first thing. It's not really easy to use. And it's very expensive. And it's set up in a way that Facebook is controlling your traffic and your audience. Basically, you do not own your audience, in a sense that you can do nothing with it. So for us, we had a very niche and a very small audience of few thousand. And if we wanted to run ads on those, every time I will spend like weeks to set up like an ad system where it was like we will use like a blog post, then we will like boost this blog post. The people that watch this thing will get into like a list, and that they will do remarketing, and we'll have like this 1, 2, 3 type ads. Well, the type of funnel, like it's pretty classic. I'll build this whole thing, then I will start to set up the ads, and I'll put my traffic in it, and Facebook will tell me, no, we can't activate your ads. You don't have enough traffic. And I'm like, what do you mean I don't have enough traffic? Like I want to advertise to this like few thousand people. This is my traffic. This is the people I want to show my ad to. It's like, no, we can't show ads to. This is not enough people there. I was like, okay. So the only way for me to show my ads will be to just add a whole bunch of other completely random like filter to just grow the viewership to people that like I don't know, to show my ad to. And I didn't want it to do that, because I would have mean like spend like, I don't know, at the time like thousands of dollars, which I guess this is how it works. Like you have to spend thousands first to validate your funnel, then and so on. But we didn't have enough money at the time to do this thing. I just wanted to spend like if I had to spend 1,000, I wanted to spend it to my audience, but Facebook didn't let me do that. So we didn't use it. We were just doing like a boost. We were boosting posts sometimes, and that was pretty much it. And Yana was doing like a lot of Instagram, and I guess this is how we were getting our first customer, and Pinterest. So at the time, like Yana was doing a lot of Pinterest. I think she grew our account maybe to, I think it was 4 million view. Like in general, like the general amount of view in the account. And I think at the time, 90% of our sign up were coming from Pinterest, more or less.
And you had a free trial, as I recall, right? Or how did that
work? Yes, we did that too. We did the free trial thing. It didn't work. I'm so on free trial. I'm not sure it's necessarily like something that work. It didn't. I guess it completely depends on your market, I suppose, and what you sell. For us, it didn't work very well. So at one point, we just stopped do that. We removed it completely. But yeah, we had like a free trial for a while. We try everything in terms of pricing. We had like a 1 pricing, like 6 pricing, 3 pricing, like a free trial, free access. We really we try a lot of things. Never nailed it though.
And so you continued in this way for about 2 years, right?
Easy.
Or more than that even.
More, because it was like all this was pre-COVID. So let's say 2020, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think we pushed this thing maybe 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. Until we were like, okay, I think we're good now. We should stop.
And you would think that if you got the site up to a couple $100 a month, like if you were able to validate that, yes, people are willing to pay to be a part of this membership, that you could sort of inch your way up to, $1,000, couple thousand, 10,000. What, in your opinion, it prevented you from doing that, or why did the growth not continue? You said the churn was quite low, so yeah. I assume that if you just kept adding members, then you could grow pretty big.
Yes, I guess that's a $1 million question here. Honestly, like I'm not sure. I know in the middle of this, like COVID happened, so it's also like impacted thing like in weird ways for us, because we had a spike and low, like it kind of changed things. I don't know. I still think we had like a really really good product. I'm still surprised, to be honest, that
Me too. Yeah.
that people like will like choose to go to another academy instead of ours. But I don't know. I mean, honestly, it's I guess my head was so much into it. I don't know. Maybe we should have like worked with someone outside of this whole thing, like with no skin in the game that could have like tell us like what's up. But I mean, everything is still online. Like the website's still there. I just redirected everything now. All the button, everything go through Yana Skillshare. But if you go to watercolorpaintingacademy.com and look at the landing page, just tell me. I mean, like compare this landing page to the other stuff that's out there, and just you you guys tell me. Do you think like this thing is just bad, or I think it's pretty good? So I don't know. I'm kind of at loss here.
Did people just stop signing up at some point?
Yeah. They were just like there were just no sign up. We always thought like we don't get like a sign up because not enough people see the page. We don't have enough traffic, and I know Yana is like she's still at this in mind that like if we had spent the money into ads, like pay like an agency or someone and spend like thousands, we would have launched this thing. Which I don't know. Maybe it's in terms of pricing, we're also like I don't think you can beat us as well. Like we're like 197, and that's it. This was lifetime access. Lifetime access, dude. Yes.
Is it possible that pricing too low is actually could be part of the problem, that you're targeting a section of people that really don't have a lot of money to spend, whereas if you went a little bit up market, then you could say, well, this is a more premium, because it is objectively, as I've seen your landing page, I saw the competitors, the way that you guys put everything together was a much better user experience. And I have no skin in the game, so I feel comfortable to say that, and looked better. And the instruction was very high quality. Yana is a very talented artist and a great teacher. Yeah. And so I just wonder, I mean, it's hard to know why things work sometimes or why they don't work, but I'm skeptical that it's because the product isn't good, right? And you were getting great feedback and no churn, so we know the product is good.
Yep. Yes. So I don't know. This is so far, I mean, we really like we don't know. I guess I don't know. I do not know.
Okay. And so I guess at one point, as you guys kept working on this, you decided that maybe we should wrap it up. And I suppose you could always come back to it. You could always just reopen everything and start launching ads, and you still have all those assets. So it'd be now. What did you tell your members as you were closing up, and how did you come to the decision?
Okay. Well, we were just so it was a collection of things basically, because when we started this, Yana career as an artist was also like booming at the time. So it's really like a combination of a bunch of things. So at the time, our studio, everything was in Kiev, in Ukraine, and so a bunch of things happened. So mainly like the war happened, so we had to basically sell our stuff and leave our apartment and move away, which obviously impacted completely like our production of everything, and also mainly Yana mindset. Like obviously she wasn't in any place to paint or to teach or to do anything. So this definitely completely affected like everything, like a lot, which is normal. So this plus the fact that we basically continue paying for the tech stack, like monthly it was just like money we were spending for no reason basically. So just at one point we just I think what we did, we just sent a letter, like an email explaining the thing, and everybody was very understanding. They'll say, yeah, of course, guys. I mean, we don't expect you to, to do anything, to continue anything. This is perfectly okay. So yeah, we just send this email, say, hey guys, we're sorry, but like, we're not going to continue, for now. We're going to close up. Yeah, that was pretty much it. We just stopped paying for Podia, which switched us to the free thing. I don't think I think everything is still there. I don't think it's destructive in terms of. I mean, they're smart this way, I think, because they know like if they destroy the file, like you'll never come back. But like if they keep everything fresh for you, you can always reactivate the account. So everything is still in Podia. So yeah, I mean, it's one click away to just reestablish everything. So yeah, it's possible for us to just get back into it if we want to one day. Because I mean, both Yana and I, we still have in the back of our head that like if we had paid for ads, like a proper ads person, we might have had that thing working. So, we're like, I know like she will never give up this thing if we don't one day like spend like few thousand in ads and see like, okay, it worked or it doesn't work, but like, okay, now it's done. We'll never get back into that thing.
And probably it would be good to change the 197 or 179 to an annual subscription, because it's not like you guys just have static content that you never add to. Like you were adding constant content.
Yeah, every month at the time. Yeah,
every month you guys were doing a class and you're interacting with your members and giving feedback and stuff. So that is worth paying on a recurring basis for. Yeah. And especially if you run ads, like you want some kind of like lifetime value metric that justifies the ad spend.
Yeah, I do agree with that. So a few things on this though. So when we started all this, both Yana and I, we had this really fantasy on how this thing's gonna run. So she really loved teaching, so she really wanted to help people develop their skill and really learn watercolor for real. She's like she's really passionate, and she wants people to learn like the right way, like to learn like the colors, the mix, the shadow, like the way these things work for real. Like she's really against all those like cheap Skillshare classes, like 9-minute course on how to do something what you don't. There's no way in 9 minutes you learn anything proper. So she really wanted to do those really complete course. We had a beginner course that is like, I remember like maybe like 30 lessons in it, or 40 lessons, like on everything. Like for beginner, you start at the end, you know all the base of watercolor. It's a very complete course with exercise and stuff to do. And she was really picturing that people will go into this thing and they will be super interested and ask their question, and they will have like a 101, and like once a week we'll have like a Q&A and blah, blah, and everybody will be like very interested in everything. And that didn't really happen really. And that was really interesting because so there's, I guess, so Yana is Ukrainian, and there's a completely different mindset in Eastern Europe compared to the West, and specifically the United States, which is our market. Like we were marketing everything in English, and everything was literally toward the United States. Mm-hmm. In Eastern Europe, like people are very into, they really geek. Like the geek is not the word, but like when they get into a hobby, they want to learn everything about it. They are really, really like, they want to learn. So in Ukraine, they will have some artists, they just have Facebook groups, like a WhatsApp group. They will just like have they will go on Instagram, say, hey guys, I'm going to run this course about how to do this in watercolor, like a specific things, like paint in black and white. It's going to cost this amount, sign up here. And if you do it, you basically go into a WhatsApp group. And those WhatsApp groups, dude, there will be like 300 people there. And oh my God, the questioning all the time. Like they will be so interested in the art, like the technique, that will just suck the brain of the teacher. Like, oh, how I do this, but if I use this thing, if I use this brush, this paper, and that thing, what you think, and that, and they share video and picture. It's so active, so insane. So I think she also came with this mindset that like, oh, I want to do this. I want my student to be like that, and this is the stuff I want to experience, and try to model it for the States, which doesn't work, because the American audience, they have a shorter attention span. They want less complicated stuff. They want simple things that are easy to do, and they just want to enjoy themselves doing it. They don't want to understand that the complexity of the paper, of the brush and the strokes, and if you do it, nah. Like, oh, I want to paint this bird. Just show me how to do it, and I just want to enjoy my 40 minutes painting, doing something, and that's it. And maybe I will have a chat with you and send you my picture so you can tell me how good I am. But that's all. Like, it's a very different, very different mindset. So she didn't get this. I think she was kind of disappointed there that like people were not as enthusiastic to get into the root of the thing and be very intrigued and passionate and ask questions and just be like, yeah, I love it. I want to know more. So yeah, just a note on those two markets that are very different. So yeah.
Okay, so that sounds like maybe not a mistake exactly, but a assumption that was a little bit disproven in that market. And also you mentioned that spending a lot of time doing a really complex setup is probably not the way to go, because you'll spend a lot of time, and also you're making a lot of assumptions about what is needed and what people want. It's better maybe just to get people in there and start getting feedback ASAP. What other lessons did you learn from this whole journey?
Well, I guess okay. So another thing is, I think in this day and age, like social media is like absolutely everything. If you want to launch like a successful membership business, if your business is on its own island, invisible, and it's just like a website and there's no face to it, there's nothing connected to it, and you only do like funnel and ads toward this thing, I mean, that can work, I suppose. If you have a ad funnel nailed, that thing will work. If you don't have the money to set up like invisible ad funnel into an invisible membership website that's only exists through this thing, social media 100%. Having like a YouTube channel and having a face there and producing content, that's, for me, I think this is the long-term strategy that like you should go to. It's a long way. Like success is not going to be tomorrow. Like you're probably going to publish like 100, 150 video before there's anything that's actually popped. But if it pops, it's just like it's such a win to do this. And we did that too. We have, Yana has a YouTube channel where she was publishing like course, extract of the course that she was producing, like her preparing the stuff and everything. And she was doing this, and you can see like the channel growing. She even get to like one video actually get super viral. But like, again, like all this happened like literally like at the same time as the war happened. So we had to left and to stop completely content. She could not publish anything. So it like the channel also died down just after this first success, which was like kind of sad, but this is what it is. But the YouTube as a funnel for what you sell, it's just like absolute. It's amazing. It's free funnel. It's a free like a customer acquisition that it's just there for you to just go in. So if what you sell is like a legit product that you're proud of making, that you're knowledgeable and everything, 100%, just go there, go out there, open a YouTube channel and just and start talking and put a link to your membership there. And just like, this gonna be definitely, I think, the best way to get customer, I think.
Yeah, there's actually, to your point, there's a guy in my business coaching group, shout out to Justin. He built two membership sites, two pretty successful niche membership sites, teaching some kind of very specific software off the backs of a YouTube channel. He just basically invested a lot into learning YouTube and making great videos and studying how to do it, because it's quite technical. Like YouTube is it's a complex game to learn to play, and it's also changing and evolving all the time with the algorithm and stuff. But yeah, it's definitely, if you can grow your channel to some kind of escape velocity, especially if your subscribers want to continue learning from you, and you sort of continue to give them value, and they're like aligned with what you're actually selling, then yeah, it can be a great source of leads and customers.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think you don't need like a hundred of thousands of subscribers. Like the subscriber actually doesn't matter at all. What matters is just like that people actually sign up for your stuff. You have YouTube channel with like 500 like a subscriber, but like the person is making like millions of dollars just because they just buy the product. And you have like millions of follower channel that make like a few thousand of like ads, and that's it, because they just don't sell anything to this channel. So yeah, I think YouTube is
that's a good point. You know, one of the things, I was recently looking at our SEO stuff, and I know you guys tried SEO pretty extensively too. You made all these different landing pages.
Oh man,
that's another game that's very hard to play.
Yes, and also like, I mean, sorry, I'm cutting you there, but like this is also something I think we did like a great job, which I'm so frustrated about. Is like we had like I don't know, when we stopped it. Let me see. I think we had like something like 47 course. Like when we stopped, 47 course, but we also like 47 landing page dedicated to every of those course was like unique content of every of those page. we have a blog that has like we use like the silo type things. So we have silo for like watercolor to all the techniques. We had like we paid a friend of mine that give us like an SEO mind map. I don't remember the name of it. There's a name for the thing, but he basically give us all the keyword and stuff that we should like classify your thing with and do content about. And we did this. So we had basically like a blog and a sub blog that is only dedicated to keywords of watercolor. So every technique, paper type or brush type, like will have a link to a page that talk about this particular thing. So we also went there. We also went into the SEO game. So
did it work at all? Did your traffic stats increase over time?
Not really, no.
Did you build links? Did you build backlinks or?
A little bit. We did that a little bit. We also paid an agency to do one or two rounds of backlinking. I didn't see really that much change after we did this, to be honest. So I'm not sure there. We also bought a domain name, old dead domain name related to watercolor, and we redirected to specific content as well. So yeah, I think we did kind of we really touch up pretty much about like everything. But we have okay. So we have 22 blog posts on the blog, and we had another category that's called entity. And entity has like 18 posts, and those particular posts, like the entity one, they are the one that are dedicated to like watercolor technique and stuff like that. So yeah, it's like almost 40 posts there.
I mean, it sounds like you tried a lot of different methods to get members, and the one that really got traction was Pinterest. That was the big one for you guys.
Yeah, at the time it was like absolutely, it was working like really well. The problem is, as Yana was saying, is that you need to constantly create new posts, new content if you want to use Pinterest, because there's so many times you can post the same thing on Pinterest. So if you are not producing content, like you can't really use Pinterest. So it's a machine that can never stop if you want to grow it. So yeah.
And you
So,
didn't
yeah, I
think to
think,
like double down on that and keep just.
Yes, we wanted. I mean, sure, of course, yeah, we have planned for everything. But like again, I say, like I want, like when we had to stop, like this is when, like, I mean, when we were forced to stop, this is when
I
stuff
see.
started to getting down. So
Potentially you would have kept going, right? You would have kept working at
yeah,
it.
potentially, yeah. I think personally, like, so if nothing had happened, yeah, I think YouTube would have replaced Pinterest because Yana was crushing it there, and she started to get viral. So I think YouTube would have like replaced Pinterest, and I think would have like started from there, I think.
Nice. What was it like working with your wife? What's the dynamic there? What should people be aware of in that type of a situation as well?
So this, I mean, I guess this one is going to be, I guess it depends.
Sure.
Because Yana and I, we're very similar. So we both like, we both we have this artist vibe, both of us, soul, I guess. So we're very similar, more than we are opposites. So we don't really clash on many things. Like we don't clash on much things, basically. So, so we have really like a similar view on things. So it's pretty easy to work together. Like we don't like walk on each other's shoes. So I'm taking care of this part of things, she taking care of the other part of things, and we don't like interfere really. So it was pretty easy. But like in general, I know this is not really recommended. I mean, I know a lot of couples, friends, and I know 1,000,000% that will never work on anything together. Like that would be an absolute catastrophe. Like they would just kill each other. So that's why I said first, it really depends the dynamic that you have with your partner. But like, yeah, we both entrepreneur, we both independent, we both artists. So for us it worked. But yeah, I guess we kind of the exception more than the rules. Yeah, I would not recommend it.
Yeah, it sounds like a individual thing, and yeah. So basically, from what I'm hearing, is you guys spent a lot of time on it. You built it up. It was making money.
Yep.
It hit a plateau. You found a few different. You tried several member acquisition strategies, and it sounds like maybe Pinterest and YouTube were very promising. And then the war obviously took place, and that forced you guys to stop, at least temporarily. But it sounds like maybe there's a possibility in the future that you could revive the project or breathe new life into it and sort of try again, or not even try again, but just pick up where you left off. And what would that look like if that ever comes to fruition?
I think it will be probably to paying like an ad person, an ad agency, probably an ad person, like a freelance, and just throwing money at like a ad funnel that would just like work on its own. Because because like this thing stopped. Like Yana also went into new projects. Like she completely changed career as well. So she just like get certified as a nutritionist and a personal trainer, which is another other passion. So now she's going like really through this new thing. That's also gonna integrate membership and all that thing that I'm also gonna set
Okay,
up.
so you're gonna go again.
Yeah. We're gonna go again, but like in a completely different thing. Like
And probably a better niche overall.
The weight loss industry is just like an absolutely insane place to be. But this time, I mean, we equipped with all the knowledge that we got from previously, and now she know that she need to be like on YouTube, she needs to do video. Like video is kind of the main thing. So yeah. So anyway, so now that she's doing this, she obviously doesn't have the time to full-time dedicating to producing art. Have an art YouTube channel, require like a lot of time. Back in Kiev, she was spending like all day in the studio. So yeah, I think it's going to be focused on this new thing that she's very passionate about, and yeah, going to help obviously building the thing for her. And yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward for this one. She's very very into it, and she's a natural teacher, so it doesn't matter what she's teaching. Watercolor of like a weight loss, she's very dedicated, and she's very kind and nice to work with. Or I'm not like a what I'm looking for. I think it will work. Or we'll see. I mean, hopefully.
Well, what are you going to do differently this time as you start this new membership site?
Well, at first, obviously, there's no content yet, so it's not going to be a membership yet. So for now, she's going to mainly focus on producing content. What I recommend her to do is to start a YouTube channel like as soon as possible, and publish like video content as much as possible, because there's so much thing to say, and she's really she has this kind of like same no bullshit approach that she had for watercolor. So there's a lot of content on weight loss that is just completely like absolutely stupid, like just people just saying random stuff. And she's really into like the science and the paper. So she will just basically just have video that explain things like, oh, people say that you can't do this, but it's not really true. Is the study that say blah blah blah, and basically debunk thing, like mini debunk video, and that kind of things, and
good angle.
Like a lot of it.
It's like controversial a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, like this new diet that say blah blah blah. Hear the truth about it, that kind of thing. There's kind of a new, like an emergence of this, like a scientific based training that's kind of became popular, been popularized by people like who is called like Nippard. I don't know if you know this guy. Something Nippard.
Jeff Nippard. Yeah.
Jeff Nippard, yes, exactly. Very nice guy, natural bodybuilder that's trained scientifically. Like everything he's doing is based on science paper, basically. Dr. Mike, obviously, also on the non-natural version of bodybuilding, but also based on science anyway. Those are getting really like a lot of traction compared to all the fucking insane whatever type of content training, whatever, the old school Greg Doucette, I don't know. So yeah, there's a new trend, like people like proved kind of things. So I don't know. I told her like video is going to be definitely the main thing, and then drive the traffic to like a landing page where she will basically sell like different thing. I think she's going to go through weight loss, general well-being, and what was the other one? And I think the other one is a training thing, but I'm not sure. She's working on the thing at the moment, so. But everything's going to be through video, yeah. Like it's going to be YouTube, Instagram, TikTok maybe, I don't know. But yeah, video, heavily video based. Then for the membership version of the thing, we'll see. I'm probably going to go for something probably not WordPress based, like something maybe using Circle. I'm a big fan of Circle. I think it's a great tool. That I've been using for quite some time because I'm a member of other membership through Circle, and I've been using it for clients in the past. It's a great tool. Like the mobile app is amazing. The user experience is great. I like the way it works, like a group, subgroup, like you can control, like it's very granular the way you can control like thing in this system. So probably something like Circle for managing a community there in the future. Awesome.
Good luck. I'm interested to see the new journey. Hopefully it'll work out a little bit better than, but again, it is what it is. And you learn so much through that process. And, one of the things that I'm inferring from what you said, and this is something that I believe is, people do talk about this, but it's not a hugely talked about thing, which is that the selection of what business you do. Like if I could go back in time and not start MemberFix, now, to be clear, I'm super proud and very passionate about what I do now. Mm-hmm. But if I could go back and do something else, I probably would, because it's not the best business to be in. It's not also, an agency is also not the best business model. When we started doing Member Host, that became super evident, because it's way more profitable, way easier to sell, much higher retention. Like every business criteria or metric that you could measure how good a business is, it blasts MemberFix. So it's just kind of a realization, like, oh man, you can absolutely be very efficient and spend your time very, very well doing the wrong thing. So you're being efficient, but you're not being effective. And that's a hard pill to swallow, but it's true. Like weight loss is going to crush watercolors, just because people have a burning desire to not be overweight and unhealthy. It gnaws at them, right? But it doesn't really like destroy people's lives and self-confidence if they can't paint watercolors. That's like a nice to have. That's not a need to have.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, and I think it's a personality thing too. She's the proof of what she's doing. She went through a whole transformation that is just crazy. She has a picture of her before after. just crazy, dude. So she can just show a picture of herself and say, hey, look, it worked.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
If you follow what I'm doing, it's actually working. So it's a personality game, and I think she can definitely make a living there. So we're gonna try the thing. We actually also we're working on a podcast that we want to do, the two of us. That's gonna also hopefully help to spread the word about the new stuff that we're both doing. So stay tuned for this. I'll let you know when it's out. So it's gonna be interesting.
Or you just skip all that and sell Ozempic.
Oh, absolutely, sure. This is absolutely. This is definitely like the no long term effect study.
None at all
on the thing. So they're just all taking it.
Yeah.
Stop eating food.
It's science backed, bro.
And lose weight.
Come on.
Oh yeah, and it's fine. It's just it's just a protein.
It's a magic pill.
Yeah, it's a magic pill. It is a magic pill.
It kind of is.
Honest, but it's like every magic pill. I think it's also come with this. There's magic pill for everything. Like in mental health, this is the same. You can go on the SSRI, and if you're depressed, and it's gonna make you happy. You're gonna go through your day like, oh yeah, everything's fine. And also, the latest generation of SSRI, they're harmless. They're not they don't create dependency. They target this. They're so precise at targeting that they're really not dangerous at all, and you can take them forever. But is it healthy? You basically replace happiness with a pill. You basically completely forget how to generate happiness by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You just take a pill. I feel the Ozempic is kind of the same thing. You need to learn how to eat healthy. You need to understand calorie and what's bad food, what's good food, and by yourself doing it. If you take a pill that just make you eat less food, it doesn't make you eat good food. You're still gonna continue to eat the crap that you eat before, just less of it. So you're gonna lose weight, but you're still gonna be unhealthy. If you don't meet your macro, if you eat super fatty whatever, and with no fiber, whatever, you're still gonna eat the same thing, just less. So, look, I lose weight. Okay, we're still unhealthy though. I don't know if you see what I mean, but like I don't think it's a solution.
Yeah, it's a shortcut, but it's not necessarily gonna give you satisfaction, and it might give you a short-term result. And yeah, it's also could be a bit of a credit card because we don't really know all of the downstream consequences. And now it's coming out that actually, well, it does cause health issues, and isn't the whole point to help your health? So it's definitely.
Yeah, you'll be better learn the basic of nutrition, and it's annoying. I understand. Like you have counting your calorie, to understand how it works. People, they don't want to go through this. They don't want to cook, blah blah blah. But yeah, you go through this for a few months, then it became natural. You see your plate and automatically like, there's too much of this, not enough of that. Pop, pop, pop.
Yeah, and one of the ways for you guys, or like for people in business in general, to avoid a product market fit mismatch, right? So in other words, you have this program that requires effort on the part of your members, but they just want Ozempic. That's a mismatch, right? So you don't want that. So one of the ways to avoid this is to niche down and say, okay, this is fat loss for government executives, or for, let's say, investment bankers. You make it very specific, and by doing so, you position yourself as a category of one, but you also, by choosing the correct category of people, you're pre-qualifying and pre-filtering the kinds of people who could afford your thing. Ideally, you want to be in a market where people don't really care that much about paying you a bunch of money, so you can charge a lot of money and make a lot of money. But you also want people for whom money isn't a huge barrier. Yeah. So because you can help them better.
For sure. No, I agree 100%. So yeah, for sure. And sorry, actually a question for you though, because I've been kind of disconnected from the membership kind of thing for.
Am I on your podcast now?
Exactly.
Okay.
Now we're switching. So yeah, it's been literally 3 years, I will say 4 years now that I haven't touched any membership, nothing. And I know back in the day, even 4 years ago, there were all those websites, services like Podia and others that were just blooming everywhere, and just grabbing a bunch of people. So what's the landscape now? Is it still worth it to just have everything on your WordPress with plugin and everything, or as the software part of things, the services part of things, is now to a level where it's let's just go there when you start a membership website?
Yeah, good question, Leslie. I think that there are two considerations here. One is your business model, right? So for example, if all you offer is courses, video lessons, let's say, and that's the only aspect of your business, then it could totally make sense to go to something like Teachable or Kajabi, where that whole scenario is very, very simple. It's intentionally simple. And what I've seen, and you were even involved in some of this work that we did, transitioning from one platform to another platform, where we transition people off of WordPress to something like Kajabi. But we've also migrated people from a third-party platform to WordPress when the third-party platform was no longer able to support what they wanted. And now they realize, we don't have any influence over the development of this product. We need these other features. So that's one consideration, is the business model. Another is your personal preferences. There's no black and white solutions. There's only trade-offs.
Yeah, of course.
Would you rather have a much simpler administrative life, especially if you're doing things yourself, potentially spend less on different kinds of software, having to juggle all of these different subscriptions and different apps and keeping them updated? It's a lot to do. Or would you rather have the flexibility and the extensibility of an open source system like WordPress? So in other words, nothing has really changed in that respect. We work with WordPress, but what I see a lot of is that, for example, you mentioned Circle. Well, some people have WordPress for all of their content, but they've got Circle for their community component, which is what keeps people sort of engaged in a membership. That's always really a big deal. Or they'll just be on WordPress, but then maybe they'll have like a third-party mobile app. We started building mobile apps as well through a partner of ours, and we take their WordPress site and we turn it into a branded, proper app that's on the App Store and Google. And so I think, yeah, it depends what you're trying to do. But like you said, like if your whole thing is start off simple, find out what your members want, find out how they want the value that you're giving them delivered. Do they want to, maybe they want to be on a WhatsApp group. Like people do that all the time, right?
Absolutely.
Maybe they want to have Zoom calls with you. Maybe they want you to make them a meal plan. And so then you just figure out what's the easiest thing for them, for you to deliver it to them in that way, and then do that, right? And so in other words, it's like, you don't just like pick your platform and your tech just out of a vacuum. Ideally, and sometimes you do need there's a bit of a chicken and the egg thing, but ideally you're, talking and engaging with your customers and saying like, hey, how, what's easiest for you? How can I help you? Should I email this to you? Blah, blah, blah. And then figure out how you can sort of scale that. And there's no easy answer or one size fits all. And whatever you do choose, it's going to alienate some people anyway, right? Like you can't make everybody happy. So don't even try.
No. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's like same as before. Just I was seeing like all those new things just popping out, like iLevel that's just making so much noise at the moment. It's just like taking everybody from ClickFunnels out of ClickFunnels. So it's always interesting to see all those new company pop out, try to make a dent in the market. Yeah.
iLevel's gotten really popular. But it's just a variation on the same theme. It's like, well, it's a great app as far as I can tell, but what's the problem? It's you don't own it. You don't own your data.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have no meaningful influence over the development roadmap.
Yeah.
You're totally dependent, reliant on a third party. So you don't have digital sovereignty. But again, so like that might be totally fine for you. And if it is, cool, then that's the trade-off you're making.
Yeah, I agree with that. Cool.
Well, thanks so much for coming on and sharing. It's not always fun to take an L and then talk about it.
Wow.
Online,
Sure.
but
I mean, it was an adventure. So, I think we take the positive that we got from it, and it was experience. And and as you say, I mean, the technically the project's not dead. It's just like paused for now because we are under other stuff at the moment. But maybe one day we'll get back to it. Who knows?
Yeah, I hope I can interview you again when you're mega ultra insta famous and you've got $1 zillion fitness membership. That'd be great.
Oh,
how many times have we had that conversation?
Oh my God, so many times. So many times. This is the problem. This is the problem of being an entrepreneur. Like you see opportunity like every corner. So yeah, it's tough.
Well, thanks, Leslie. Talk soon.
Well, thanks for having me, Vic.